Good morning, students. In the previous classes, we are discussing on the vapor pressure and related things. Today, we shall discuss ideal and non-ideal solution, colligative properties, and abnormal molecular mass. These are very important for your exams point of view. We will be getting short questions and long questions from it, mostly long questions. So, you see, the ideal and non-ideal solution. Solution we are defining, one is this binary solution, that means A plus B, two constituents are there or components are there, components A and B. So today we will discuss what is ideal solution. What is ideal solution? Ideal solution, say liquid, ideal solution. Both liquids are volatile in nature. One may be more volatile, one may be less volatile, and this is out of these two components you design as one A and design another as B. So say PA is the vapor pressure or partial vapor pressure of component A. Similarly, PB is the partial vapor pressure of B, and XB is equal to mole fraction of B in solution of AB in binary solution, and XA is the mole fraction of A in that binary solution. So here your Raoult, R-A-O-U-L-T, Raoult predicted or postulated a law relating partial pressure and mole fraction, like this. That means PA is equal to mole fraction of A into vapor pressure of A in pure state. Remember, PA naught is equal to vapor pressure of pure A. A let us say solvent. Similarly, PB is equal to XB into PB naught, and PB naught is equal to vapor pressure of B, let us say solute. That means A present in more amount, B present in less amount. So PB naught is the vapor pressure of another component, say solute, or another component you can call it. Another component because both are liquid. That means partial pressure of a component A is equal to mole fraction of a component of that component into partial pressure of component A in pure state. This is pure state. That means no B is there. So XB, or you can call it PA is proportional to XA. More is the number of A, component A, more is its vapor pressure. Vapor pressure means the escaping tendency of solute or solvent from its outermost surface. So PA is equal to XA. Then if you plot a graph, ideal graph, mole fraction versus vapor pressure, in one axis let us take vapor pressure, in another axis you take mole fraction. Mole fraction is represented as X. So you see, mole fraction XA. Suppose here XB is equal to 0 and XA is equal to 1. Here XB increases, then mole fraction maximizes to 1. XA decreases till it becomes 0. That means XB 0 means it is only constituting A. So this will be partial pressure of A in pure state. because there is no B. B is 0. B is 0 means only presence of A indicates this is pure A without presence of B, another component B. Similarly, let us say here xb is equal to 1, xa is equal to 0, that means only B is present, A is 0. So let us say PB 0. And let us suppose the component B is having higher vapor pressure than component A. That means B is more volatile than A. B is more volatile than A. Then let us see what happens to the partial pressure. You see PA is proportional to XA. As XA gradually decreases, so the plot will be like this. XA gradually decreases. Here it is maximum, here it is minimum. Here is no A is there. No A is there. Similarly, what happens to B? B is initially 0, then gradually it increases. Initially 0 and gradually it increases. Initially B, that means this is your PA 0, that means PA is equal to PA 0 into XA. XA gradually decreases 1 to 0, so this plot will decrease because that is directly proportional. Similarly, this is your PB is equal to PB naught into XB. As XB increases, so PB is also increases because PB is directly proportional to XB. And PB naught is a constant. The pure solvent vapor pressure is constant at a given temperature. For suppose water is pure. If it is pure, its vapor pressure is fixed at a given temperature. And we are plotting this plot at a given temperature. So if this, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, the total pressure will be sum of their partial pressures. So this is P total or capital P is equal to PA plus PB. PA, partial pressure of component A, partial pressure of component B in vapor state. These are all in vapor state. And X is in the solution. X is in the solution. So let us see how does your total pressure changes with mole fraction. This is also the total pressure will change also with the mole fraction of the solution. Or XB, let us say the XB increases. XB increases. So if there is more and more XB, then you are getting more and more total pressure. So how this is related, you see. So we know PA plus PB is equal to P total. Then PA you substitute. P total is equal to PA, that is your PA naught into XA plus PB is equal to PB naught into XB. That directly related. So this, because it is related to XB, let us PA naught XA, you know, in the case of mole fraction of two components will be equal to 1. Sum of the mole fractions will be equal to 1. So XA you can write down 1 minus XB because XA plus XB, sum of the mole fractions is equal to unit. So plus PB naught into XB. So if you solve it, PA naught minus PA naught into XB plus PB naught into XB. So that is equal to PA naught. Here if you continue, you take XB common, then this is PB naught minus PA naught, because this is minus, this is your minus. So this is your total P. You are getting a equation of the time for linear equation, y is equal to mx plus c. So let us see, just to verify whether the slope is same or not. So PA naught is the intercept. This is the intercept. So when P is plotted against XB, then your PA naught, this is PA naught, this is the intercept. And what is the slope? You see, slope of this plot is equal to PB naught is a fixed value, PA naught is a fixed value, so that is a constant. that is a constant. PB naught, here PB is having higher vapor pressure, PA naught is having lower vapor pressure, B is more volatile than A. So this difference, you can get a plot like this, a triangle like this, where this is say this is say small a, this is a difference you say B. You see, this that means tan theta of this plot, slope is equal to tan theta. So tan theta is equal to this A by B, P by B, A by B. So what is A? A is nothing but P, this is A. A is nothing but PB naught minus PA naught. So A is equal to PB naught minus PA naught. And what is B? B is this. This difference is nothing but 1. This difference, your B is equal to 1, because this is 0, this is 1. This is 0, this is 1. So this difference you see, this is 1. So slope is equal to PB naught minus PA naught by 1. So slope will be this. So you see, in this equation also, the slope is this. Slope is this. So that equation is verified. That is a linear equation. That means the total pressure P total is linearly related to XB. So this is the case what you justify for any ideal solution. For any ideal solution, the P total is linearly related with mole fraction of a component. Linearly related. If X changes, the P total also changes. This is the case. This is the for ideal solution, this is the plot. Remember, for ideal solution, this is the plot where the mole fraction of a component is directly related to the vapor pressure of that component in the solution. Vapor pressure of that component in the vapor phase. This is in solution phase, this is in vapor phase. Vapor phase you have to measure the vapor pressure, solution phase you have to measure the mole fraction. If there are two components, then mole fraction can be calculated, the number of moles of that one component divided by total number of moles. That means mole fraction of A will be equal to number of moles of A divided by total number of moles of A and B. That means Na plus Nb. So this is the case. So you see, this is for ideal solution. So conditions for ideal solution. Say, let us say, what is the characteristics of an ideal solution? Characteristics of an ideal solution. You know ideal gas, the Boyle's law, Charles law, they obey. That is called ideal gas equation, which will obey. That is called ideal solution. Similarly, which will obey Raoult's law, that is called your ideal solution. So first character is it obeys Raoult's law. Raoult's law. That is P total is equal to PA this plus PB. That is PA plus PB. And PA is equal to XA into PA naught. This is the case. So if this is the case for Raoult's law. That means partial pressure of A in vapor phase is directly proportional to its mole fraction in solution, or mole fraction of A in a solution multiplied by vapor pressure of A in pure state. This is your Raoult's law. And other things to be obeyed, because as we have discussed in the previous class, when solute solvent interact in a solution, there will be three forces. Suppose A, B are two components, then three forces are A and B, that is the adhesive force. Another is A and A, that means solute or solvent, that is your B and B. These two are cohesive interactions, these are adhesive interactions, that means solute solvent, solute. So the water and another component say sugar, there will be one interaction, sugar, water, another interaction, water molecule, there is another interactions. If these three interactions are almost identical, may not be exactly, but almost identical, then this will be your what? That is an ideal solution. So ideal solution is that where the cohesive and adhesive interactions are. These are adhesive interaction must be equal to cohesive interaction. Remember this. This is for ideal solution. And generally a solution in very dilute condition, that is called an ideal solution. Suppose आमर ओडिया रे गोटे कथा अछि समुद्र को संख्या पानी समुद्र रे जो पानी अछि जो कंटेनर समुद्र टाको जदि आमे गोटे कंटेनर भाबिया दैट इज ए वेरी आइडियल सॉल्यूशन बिकॉज़ इफ यू ऐड वाटर टू your sea, there will be no change in volume. That is another condition for ideal solution. So ideal solution, another condition is delta mixing V. Delta mixing V is equal to 0. That means if you add solvent or solute to that solution, there will be no change in volume. जोटा कि आम ओडिया कहूचे समुद्र को संख्या पानी समुद्र पानी देहरे जदि आम संख्यार टिके पानी नहीं ढालिबा तार वॉल्यूम रे कोनोसी चेंज होबनी सो दैट इज द केस फॉर आइडियलिटी सो देन फोर्थ केस इज योर डेल्टा T mixing. That means mixing temperature, if one is added to another, there will be no change in delta H mixing, you can call it, heat, no change in heat. Previously we write down delta H like this, delta H mixing. In our time we write it like this, delta H mixing. But nowadays the convention is changed, so that is delta mixing H. That means that at the time of mixing there is no gain of heat or no loss of heat, that is equal to 0. That is where during this making the solution of concentrated sulfuric acid, we add what? To make this ideal, we take a large quantity of solvent or water, put a drop of sulfuric acid to that, so that there will be no change in what? Temperature. So these are the four conditions for ideality. Remember, these are the four conditions for ideal. One, it is important as like Boyle's law, Charles' law obeyed by ideal gases. Similarly, then another gas Raoult's law equation is there to obey. If this Raoult's law is obeyed by a solution, it is called an ideal solution. Another thing is when A-B interactions, that means adhesive interactions, must be equal to cohesive interactions. It may be equal to either solute-solute interactions or equal to solvent interaction. So it is with the interactions are solute-solvent interaction is equal to solute-solute interaction is equal to solvent interactions. Or in general you can call it the adhesive interactions is equal to cohesive interaction. And during mixing these solutions, so 10 ml added to 10 ml, it will be 20 ml. It cannot be 20.01 or 19.99. So that must be equal to 20 ml. So the mixing, delta V mixing will be 0. And before mixing, the heat will be equal to after mixing the heat. That means there will be no change in heat. Heat neither evolved nor gained. That is called what? That is your ideal solution. So remember these 4 points. If the 4 points is obeyed by a solution, it is an ideal solution. Generally, roughly in our practical purposes, we take very, very dilute solutions as our ideal solution. So so this is the conditions for ideal solution. You take one example. Example, say benzene and toluene. Benzene plus toluene. These are two liquids. Benzene, toluene, this is also liquid, this is also liquid. So this is a liquid solution, as we have discussed, liquid solution. So this liquid solution is mostly obey these 4 rules. So that is called an ideal solution. Or generally you can take the most of the very, very dilute solutions are considered to be ideal solution. So this is, their ideal solutions are very few, but most of the solutions as we prepare in our general observations, and most in the practical classes, etc. These are mostly non-ideal solution. So for non-ideal solution, this is the reverse. Non-ideal solution. Remember, non-ideal solutions are of two types. Remember, this is important. You are asked a question regarding 3-mark question. What is the difference between ideal and non-ideal solution? So in that case also, in the non-ideal portion, you mention non-ideal solutions are two types. Ideal solution, there is no classification, but non-ideal solutions are two types. One with positive deviation, let us discuss. Positive deviation. In the ideal gas plot, also you get positive deviation, negative deviation. So with positive deviation, that is the point expected. Suppose you are expecting a point here, expecting a point here, expecting a point here. If it is a point here, it is called an ideal solution. But the point will be above that. The point will, expected point will be here, the theoretical point. But the point comes here. So this type of deviation is called positive deviation. Positive deviation. That means what happens? The vapor pressure, what you expect, this is your vapor pressure. You are expecting the vapor pressure at this, but the vapor pressure comes up to this. Suppose this is 10 atm, it will say 10.5 atm. So atmospheric pressure. So remember, if the vapor pressure is more than the expected ideal vapor pressure, then you will call it positive deviation. Similarly, if the point comes here below this ideal plot, below this ideal plot, below this ideal plot, then that is called negative deviation. Then our question is, when positive deviation come into play? Positive deviation means vapor pressure is more, the vaporization rate is more. Vaporization rate is more means there is no less solute solvent interaction. As the attraction is less, so vaporization means, suppose a liquid is taken at the surface the solvent molecules will escape out. This escape out of the solvents from the surface, because vaporization is a surface phenomena. From the surface is called vaporization. So if there is more attraction, because you are adding another solvent to that, suppose to this toluene, benzene is added, another solvent, another component is added, so there will be an interactions. If this interaction is more, then the vaporization is decreased. If the interaction is less, there is more extent of what? Extent of escaping of the tendency. That means the solute solvent interaction is less. That means A-B interaction, suppose component A, component B, A-B adhesive interaction is less than A or BB. That means your adhesive interaction is less than the cohesive interactions. Adhesive interaction is less, that means the molecule can easily escape out. If the molecules from the surface will easily escape out, naturally what happens? Then more vaporization will take place. That means from the surface, if the escaping tendency of the solvent particles will be more, or if there is less attractive force between solute and solvent, the solvent molecules will escape out from the surface, and that will increase its vapor pressure. So vapor pressure more means, you remember, vapor pressure more means there will be escaping tendency of the solvent molecules from the surface will be more. And when this escaping tendency is more, that means there will be less attraction. Had there been more attraction, then that will be the escaping tendency of the molecules will be lessened or will be reduced. So this is the one case. In previous case, these three are identical, but in this case, adhesive interaction is less, so that the A and B will easily escape out. Second is, this is one, second is Raoult's law is not obeyed. Raoult, R-A-O-U-L-T, Raoult's law is not obeyed. Not obeyed means, here the vapor pressure is more, that means PA is greater than what? PA naught into XA. Similarly, PB is greater than PB naught and XB. In previous case, these are identical. In case of ideal solution, these factor will be identical. This is your Raoult's law. So in this ideal condition, these two are identical, but in the non-ideal solution with positive deviation, the PA is greater because the point is expecting here, but you are getting here. So the vapor pressure is more, and why the vapor pressure is more? Because there will be less tendency of attracting the component A and component B. So one component will escape out easily, a solvent component will escape out easily. So this is the case of obeying what? Not obeying Raoult's law. And in case of this, another thing is marked. Suppose the vapor pressure is more. Suppose in this case, suppose in this point, when there is a mole fraction is like this, mole fraction B is like this, XB is at this point. At this point, there is a higher or highest vapor pressure. So vapor pressure more means there is what? The boiling point will be reduced. So this is called minimum boiling azeotrope. Let us discuss what is azeotrope. Non-ideal solution, you are getting two types of azeotrope. One is minimum boiling azeotrope, another is maximum boiling azeotrope. A maximum we shall discuss later on, because more is the vapor pressure, less is the boiling point. That you know. Suppose ether. If you take this example, you can compare which is the higher boiling point, ether and water. Ether easily vaporizes. That means vapor pressure of ether is more. Water having less vaporizes, less tendency to vaporize because there is greater force of attraction due to hydrogen bonding. So water has less force of attraction, more force of attraction. So vapor pressure is what? Less. Here vapor pressure is more. More is the vapor pressure. If you consider the boiling point, more is the vapor pressure, less is the boiling point. Or less temperature is required to counteract its atmospheric pressure or boiling point. So less is the boiling point. Less is the boiling point. So similarly, here it is the highest vapor pressure, that means minimum boiling point. And azeotrope means at this composition, azeotrope, the English meaning of this word, azeotrope means common boiling liquid. Common boiling liquid. That means if these two A plus B are mixed, they have a common boiling point. Common boiling point means suppose A having 100 degree boiling point, B having 110 degree boiling point. But if A and B are mixed at this composition, this will come 107 degree. This is called common boiling point. Neither at 100 nor at 110, but at a common boiling. So what happens to the common boiling liquid? That means if it would have the common boiling point at this temperature 107 degree, at this composition, there is very difficult to fractionate. So if they will not have a common boiling point, then if it is maintained at 110 degrees centigrade, B fraction you will get. If it is maintained at 100 degrees centigrade, A fraction you will get. That means there can have fractional distillation. That means at this temperature you will get A, at this temperature you will get B. But if it would have having a common boiling point, then it cannot be separated. So you remember the azeotropes cannot be fractionated. A phrase you remember, azeotrope cannot be fractionated. As for example, ethyl alcohol water. Ethyl alcohol plus water, nitric acid plus water, ethyl alcohol plus water, you cannot fractionate. So that is a question is asked. Alcohol cannot be purified by fractional distillation. फ्रैक्शनेशन करी आमे अल्कोहल को कंप्लीट 100% अल्कोहल पाई परिवानी आमे 99.7 जा पाई परिवा बट वी कैन नॉट गेट इथाइल अल्कोहल 100% बाय फ्रैक्शनल डिस्टिलेशन दैट इज कॉल्ड azeotropic distillation is there you will be knowing later on. So let us, this is what we get minimum. We are discussing this minimum boiling azeotrope or positive deviation. Then another type of non-ideal solution is having negative deviation. Negative deviation. So non-ideal solutions are two types. One having positive deviation, another is having negative deviation. Negative deviation, you see. So the point, suppose the point is expected here, but the point will be you are getting here experimentally. This is the theoretical for ideal condition, but this is for non-ideal condition. That means at this mole fraction you will be getting point here, not here. If it would have been here, it is ideal solution. If it comes here, it is a non-ideal solution. And this non-ideal solution is negative deviation. That means the plot will be like this. Plot will be like this. Plot will be like this for total plot. So total that means you are expecting here, but you are expecting here. So there is negative. Negative means the vapor pressure is less. Negative deviation means vapor pressure is less than expected. Less than expected. आम जो आशा करूँ vapor pressure पाइबा कथा सही जगह में पाइबा ना ताठू तलू को आसा less जगह पाइबा. So this is negative deviation. So that means vapor pressure is less. Less means where there is less. That means there must be greater force of attraction between A and B. The condition is, so what is their condition? The AB interaction or the adhesive interaction will be more. AB interaction more. That means solute and solvent or two components AB interaction will be more, so that A cannot escape out. B also cannot escape out from the surface. AB interaction will be more. There is greater attractive force. If A wants to leave the surface, B will attract to it, so the vapor pressure will be generally reduced because less tendency to be vaporized. So AB interactions will be more than A or BB. If the attraction is more, so less will be vapor pressure. So vapor pressure will be less. That means PA is less than PA not XA. Similarly, PB is less than PB not into XB. So this is one condition. That means if there will be greater attraction between solute and solvent, then naturally the vapor pressure will be less, reduced. If the three adhesive and cohesive interaction will be identical, that is an ideal solution. If this cohesive adhesive interaction, this is your adhesive. If the adhesive interaction is more, then that is called solution having non-ideal solution having negative deviation. Non-ideal solution having negative deviation. So this is negative deviation in this case. What is the other conditions? Other conditions it will not obey Raoult's law. Second is your delta पूरा थिला जनरेटर ना को Thus, we are considering the with negative deviation where there is the expected vapor pressure will be less than the ideal vapor pressure. So, that means this does not obey the Raoult's law, and delta H mixing is not equal to 0. Delta mixing H is not equal to 0. Delta mixing V is not equal to or less than not equal to 0 or negative. Understand? So here this is the condition for which you can conclude that this is the ideal non-ideal solution. So just if you synchronize the two things. One thing for a non-ideal solution that does not obey Raoult's law, and the ideal solution that obey Raoult's law. You can simply define, if you are asked a question like what is ideal solution, you simply tell that ideal solutions are those which obey Raoult's law. And what are non-ideal solutions? Non-ideal solutions are those which does not obey Raoult's law. And non-ideal solutions are of two types. One is having positive deviation. Positive deviation means vapor pressure is more, and vapor pressure more means there is less cohesive force, and so that is with the positive deviation, and this is with the negative deviation. So negative deviation, where there is minimum vapor pressure, and that will give you a maximum boiling azeotrope. For negative deviation, as the vapor pressure is less is the vapor pressure, if there will be having higher boiling point. So this is called maximum boiling azeotrope. Maximum boiling azeotrope. So remember, for negative deviation, we are getting maximum boiling azeotrope. For positive deviation, we are getting minimum boiling azeotrope. Why this is minimum? Because vapor pressure is more. More is the vapor pressure, less is the boiling point. Here less is the vapor pressure, more is the boiling point. So this is the case with positive and negative deviation or non-ideal solution. So then we shall give another most important thing in the solution chapter, that is colligative properties. Colligative properties. Remember, colligative properties. In this colligative properties, you see the properties of the solution. The properties of the solution, which properties of the solution which does depend, but which depend on the quantity of the solute, or mole fraction of the solute quantity, but not its nature, but not on its nature, or quality, not on its nature. Remember, the quantity of the solute. If you add more amount of solute, then the property will change, but whether it is black or whether it is white, whether it is sour, whether it is sweet, that properties, that the nature does not depend these colligative property. So you remember, colligative property is the property of the solutions which depend on the quantity of the solute, quantity or amount of the solute. More is the amount, more the colligative property. So what are these? Then types of colligative property. So you see, these are the common observations. Bit 1 you write down, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Relative lowering of vapor pressure. Second you write down, elevation of boiling point. Third you remember, depression in freezing point. Fourth you remember, depression in freezing point. Fourth you remember, osmotic pressure. So these are the four property which are called colligative property, which depends on quantity of the solute. Suppose you see relative lowering of vapor pressure. Suppose you consider a solution, solid in liquid. There we are considering liquid. Here is solution containing non-volatile. Vapor pressure is less. Non-volatile, non-electrolyte, that will not be ionized. Non-electrolyte, say urea, sucrose, non-electrolyte solute. solute is non-electrolyte and non-volatile, as for example sugar or urea. These are non-volatile and non-electrolyte. If it is added to water, the solution, the nature is solid present in liquid or liquid solid solution. This is solution, you can call it liquid solid solution. In this case, what is the relative lowering of vapor pressure? Suppose if say water to you add urea. If you remember the vapor, here you will get only the vapor pressure of water, that is the solvent, not urea, because urea is non-volatile. So in the vapor stage, what you get only the vapor pressure of water or of the solvent. So you see, and the vapor pressure is less. Suppose if you take pure water, the vapor pressure is more. If you take urea water, the vapor pressure is less. And why the vapor pressure is of a solution is less? Because some of the water particles are substituted by solutes. As the percentage of water particles on the surface is less, so less is the vapor pressure. So remember, vapor pressure of the solution is always less than the vapor pressure of the pure solvent. You remember? Pure solvent. So vapor pressure of the pure solvent, you can put it P0. In vapor solution, you call it PS. We have pure solvent means there will be no solute. So let us how to relative lowering vapor pressure, how can you calculate, you see. Suppose as you from Raoult's law, we know, say PA is equal to PA naught into XA. PA naught into XA. So here you see solution vapor pressure will be equal to what? Solution vapor pressure is equal to solvent vapor pressure. So if you consider, so PS vapor pressure of the solution, that means the only water, that is pure water of PA naught, and what is XA? XA means component A means solvent. A is your solvent. So PS is equal to this. So PS by P naught is equal to XA. So if you minus 1 this, 1 minus this, 1 minus this, 1 minus this, 1 minus this, you see we have P naught minus PS by P naught is equal to 1 minus XA is equal to XB, because as you know, sum of the mole fractions of component A and B is equal to 1. So XB. So you see, this is your lowering of vapor pressure. Your vapor pressure is expected at this. If you plot it like this, vapor pressure versus temperature, the vapor pressure increases. Suppose this is your pure solvent pure. Then if you take the solution, if you take some solute to it, solution 1 say, the vapor pressure, what happens to the vapor pressure? Vapor pressure is reduced. So this is your PA naught, this is your PA naught or P naught you can call it, because here solution vapor pressure is equal to solvent vapor pressure. Solvent is A. So you see, this is your delta P, this implies delta P by P naught is equal to XB, So remember this. This is called lowering of vapor pressure. This is related to P naught. P naught is more, delta P is less. So P naught, delta P by P naught. This is related to this. This is our expected, this is our lowering. So this lowering is related to this. So this you see, this is called relative. This is another way of expressing your Raoult's law. Relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of the solute. Remember. So this is another way of expressing Raoult's law. So another way of expressing Raoult's law, in case of its non-volatile solute to a solvent, then that is called relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of the solute. Then how it is a colligative property, let us study. So delta P by P naught is equal to XB. So delta P is proportional to XB because this is constant. For a given solvent, this is constant. P naught is constant because that no solute is there at a given temperature. P naught is constant. So XB, or you can call it relative lowering vapor pressure, is proportional to XB. Jette B besi pakuthuwa is solvent ra, sette lower he jauthuwa. This is your lowering. This is your lowering. Where the lowering is more? Because you are adding more and more solute to this. So this is your solution 2, containing more solute. If the solute quantity of solute is more, there is gradually lowering of what? Vapor pressure. So this relative lowering vapor pressure is equal to mole fraction of solute. So that is equal to NB by NA plus NB, NA plus NB, and that is equal to, roughly equal to, for dilute solution, NB by NA, because B is much less for dilute. For dilute or ideal solution, dilute solution, your A is much more than B. Quantity of B is less. B means solute. B means solute. Solute is less and A is more. So NB by NA roughly. So that is equal to, NB means weight of the solute divided by molecular mass of the solute divided by NA. NA means molecular mass of A, that is a constant, divided by solute A. So this is the case, WB by MB divided by WA by MA, so that will be reversed, so MA by WA. So remember, this is the case. So this is your relative lowering of vapor pressure. So relative lowering of vapor pressure is equal to this, and if it is this, that you can remember, so if delta P is directly proportional to what? Weight of the solute, B is the solute. If the quantity of solute increases, your delta P increases or this value increases. So this as you depend, so delta P by P naught depends on what? Depends on quantity of B, or number of moles of B, number of moles, that means WB by MB, number of moles of B. So as number of moles of B increases, so this factor increases. So this is a colligative property as it depends on quantity of the solute. Understand? So this is the case. So similarly, you see, by this also you can find out the molecular mass, because this is a constant. This is a constant, solvent molecular mass is constant, quantity of solvent as you chosen for a given experiment, that is also fixed. So you can find out MB. MB means molecular mass of B, you can find out by this relative lowering of vapor pressure. So colligative property method is the most important thing by which you can calculate the molecular mass of the solute. But that becomes abnormal if your solute is what? Your solute is your electrolyte one. It undergoes dissociation or association. If that will happen, that will give you the abnormality into molecular mass. And you see another thing is your this colligative property, that means lowering of relative lowering of vapor pressure. Colligative property is inversely related to molecular mass of the solute, because molecular mass of the solute in the denominator, and this is the inversely proportional to the molecular mass. So molecular mass is inversely related to the colligative property, So similar, this is one thing, that means your this is the first colligative property, and you see if the elevation of boiling point is the temperature when the vapor pressure equals to atmospheric pressure. Vapor pressure equals to atmospheric pressure. Remember, this is the definition of boiling point. The temperature at which vapor pressure of the solution or solvent equals to atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure. And you see, if the quantity of solute increases, the boiling point increases. Suppose the solution 1 will not boil at this, it will boil at this. So suppose say T1. Solution 2 will not boil at this, but that will boil at this. Why this will boil at this? Because at this, the vapor pressure will be equal to what? Atmospheric pressure. So remember, boiling point of a substance or a liquid is equal to when the vapor pressure of that liquid becomes to its what? To its atmospheric pressure. So this is the boiling point. So you see, this is say T0, T0, that means for pure solvent. For the solution 1, for solutions 2, the boiling point increases. And at the boiling point increases, T1 minus T0, that is called delta T. T2 minus T0, delta T1, this is your delta T2. And this elevation of boiling point, this is so that it is called elevation in boiling point. And this elevation of boiling point, the elevation of boiling point is also directly proportional to the molality of the solution. Molality of the solution. So delta TB, another formula in your textbook you might be find, delta TB or elevation of boiling point is equal to molality of the solution, molality of the solution into Kb, that is called molar elevation constant. You remember this equation for calculation purposes. So you see, this M is called molality. Molality. Kb is called molar elevation constant. Molar elevation constant. Molar elevation constant. Molar elevation constant. Molar elevation constant is also known as evoluoscopic constant. Evoluoscopic constant. This is the molar elevation constant. And molar elevation constant Kb also define. You see, molar elevation constant, if the M is equal to 1, if for a 1 molar solution, say you take 60 gram urea, 1 mole, and 1000 gram say water, and that will be a 1 molar solution. So for 1 molar solution, the elevation in boiling point, is called molar elevation constant. For example, suppose you take 60 gram urea in 1000 gram water. 1000 gram water has boiling point your 100 degree centigrade. Suppose this 1 molar solution, 1 molar urea, say boiling point 152 degree centigrade. So what is the elevation in boiling point? Delta TB 100.52 minus 100. 100 haba katha hela 100.52. So elevation is 0.52. So this is 0.52 for water. It is called molar elevation constant. Similarly, there will be depression in freezing point. Just for your common knowledge, you see depression in freezing point. Depression in freezing point, that means freezing point you define like this. So freezing point is the temperature at which vapor pressure of the liquid is equal to vapor pressure of the solid. Because the liquid solidified or solid melts or liquid freezes. So the freezing point is the temperature at which both liquid and vapor have identical vapor pressure. If you show it by graph, the graph will be like this. So if it is vapor pressure, if it is temperature, graph will be like this. That means this is the, suppose this is your water, this is your ice, the solid. So at at this vapor pressure of the water will be equal to vapor pressure of the ice. Ice gradually converts into water, water freezes, ice melts. At this point, both will have the same vapor pressure. Both will have the same vapor pressure. So let me conclude the things. So in this case, we are getting 4 qualitative property. One is relative lowering of vapor pressure, another is the elevation of boiling point, another is the depression in freezing point, another is the osmotic pressure. That means more and more solute is added, more will be osmotic pressure. That means pi is equal to CRT. This is the osmotic pressure. That means osmotic pressure is directly proportional to concentration of the solution. If the solution will be more concentrated, then there will be, at a given temperature, there will be more osmotic pressure. But you see, you remember, if the solute undergo dissociation or association, there will be deviation in these equations, and a correction term is needed, that is called that is called Vent Hoff factor. So Vent Hoff factor is observed in case of if the solute, this will be only applied non-electrolyte ପାଇଁ ଏଟା ଲାଗିବା ଦରକାର ନାହିଁ. For electrolyte undergoing dissociation, I is greater than 1. Previous year a question is asked, what will the value of I when the solute undergo dissociation? Because more number of particles will be there, I will be greater than 1. If the solution undergo association, that means less number of particles, less will be the colligative property, I will be less than 1. Suppose acetic acid dimerize, acetic acid in benzene dimerize, 2 molecules converts into 1 molecule. So the particles will be reduced so that I will be less than 1. So suppose for urea, if you ask what is the I value for urea never undergo dissociate or associate. So for urea, I is equal to 1. I is the Vent Hoff factor. So for the Vent Hoff factor, we can have, from this I value, we can find out whether molecule undergo dissociation or association, and from this association, the degree of association and the degree of dissociation also you can verify by knowing the colligative property or the I value. I value will be the observed colligative property by the experimental colligative property, theoretical colligative property. Experimental colligative property, what we will get by experiment and what we will get by theory. Suppose sodium chloride. If you by theory, if you take 1 mole, you are expected to have 1 mole, but practically sodium chloride dissociate, giving rise to sodium ion chloride ion, so that you will get 2 moles. So practically, so I is equal to, practically we get 2 moles, but theoretically we are expecting 1. So I value 2 or greater than 1, that is for sodium chloride. So this is the case. So more you can find in your text, and when your class will be going on, you will be getting more of that. So let me conclude this, and in next class we shall discuss another chapter, electrochemistry, but this is all regarding your solution and all regarding solution. Thank you all of you.